Hey, welcome back to this Django tutorial series. Today we're going to start building the orders. So first we're going to create a new app for the orders. So let's go to the command line, stop the web server if it's running. If not, then just Python 3, manage.py, start app, order, and hit enter. So just like we did before, we need to update the settings.py with the installed apps. So at the bottom here, add order and save. So now we have the new app and it's installed in Django and everything there is okay. So let's set this first task to done and continue to the next task, which is create a new database model for the orders. So let's open up orders/models.py. So it didn't come up in my search. So order models.py. So here I can create a new class, order, pass in models.model. I want to reference the user here, so I need to add a foreign key. User equals models.foreign key, pass in user, set the related name to orders with lowercase orders, and on delete equals models.cascade. So if you delete a user, we also delete all of its orders. As you can see here, I get an error here, so you need to import the user model from Django, from django.contrib.auth.models import user. And if you don't want to have a user for the order, we can also set the blank equals true and null equals true, just in case you want to have guest orders or something later. And then on the next line here, I want a field for the first name, last name, email, address, zip code, place, and phone. So we can begin with the first name, models.char field. Set the max length to 255, like that. So let's copy this, replace it with last name, and one for the email. The next line, email, and the address, the zip code, the place, and also the phone. So now we have all of the contact information for the user. Even though we reference the user here, it's nice to have this. I also want to have a reference to when this was created. So created at equals models.date time field. Set auto now add to true. So each time the order is created, this is filled in automatically. And I want the Boolean field to check if this order has been paid. So paid equals models.Boolean field. Set the default to false. And I can also set paid amount. So this is easy to reference later. Models.integer field. Blank equals true and null equals true. Because the paid amount, we don't know that before we get it back from Stripe, just to make sure that everything is okay. And I want the status, so we can check that it's ordered, if it's shipped, and similar. So status equals models.char field. Max length can be set to 20. And here I want to make it possible to select from a list in the Django admin interface. So choices equals status choices. Default can be set to ordered. Okay, as you can see here, I get 2 errors because these are not defined. So I can go up here and set ordered equals ordered, like that, and shipped equals shipped. But we also need to define the status choices. So let's create a new tuple, like that, and then a new tuple in here where we pass in ordered and also the display value, which is ordered with capital O. And then shipped. So now this value will be stored in the database, but this will be shown in the admin interface. And then to keep things as clean as possible, I want one separate model for the order items. So class order item, pass in models dot model. And then here I need to reference the order which this item belongs to. So order equals models dot foreign key. Order, set the related name to items, and on delete models dot cascade. So in case we need to delete an order, we also delete all of the items. And then I also want a reference to the product which this item belongs to. So product equals models dot foreign key. Product related name can be items, so it's easy to get this reversed as well. And on delete models dot cascade, like that. So then you see here that I need to import the product database model from product dot models import product, like that. And I want one field here for the price. Price equals model dot integer field, and the quantity. So quantity equals models dot integer field for this as well. The default for this can be set to 1, just so we have it there. So let's save this now and update the database. Python 3 manage.py make migrations. Okay, no errors, and then we run the migration scripts like that. Great. So let's run the server so we have it in the background. And then I just want to do a quick test of this. So when we now go back to the e-commerce, go to checkout, just need to log in first. So if I now click checkout again, you'll see that I need to fill out this. And when we click this, I want to create the order and set it to ordered, just so everything is working there before we can continue to implement Stripe later in the next part. So let's create a new view for this in order views.py. Def start order and pass in the request parameter. And then we want to check that the form has been submitted. So if request.method equals post, then we know that the button has been clicked. Then we need to get all of the fields. So we need to get the first name, request.post.get first name. Replace this with last name, email, the address, the zip code, the place, and finally the phone. So then we got all of the information from there. And then the next step is to create a new order. So from .models import order and order item. So we can begin by creating a new order. So that's done. Order equals order dot objects dot create. First we can set the user equals request dot user, so the authenticated user is connected to this order. And then we can set the first name and these values. So first name equals first name, last name equals last name, email equals email, phone equals phone, address equals address, and zip code equals zip code, and place equals place. And this is automatically filled out. This will be set to default. This one should not be filled out yet, and the status will be automatically set to ordered, so we don't need any more fields there. And then we need to loop through each of the items in the cart. And to do that, we say for item in cart. As you can see here now, we'll get an error because this is not created yet. So at the top of this, we need to create a new instance of the cart. From cart import cart.cart. No, from cart import cart. I think that's okay. Capital C, and now this is great. So I think this should be it. And then we can get the item and the product from there. So then in here below where we get the product, we can say item equals order item.objects.create. First we need to reference the order equals order, and then the product equals product, and the price is price equals price. I'll create this soon. Quantity equals quantity. So now we need to create these two variables. So price equals product.price, multiply this with quantity, and quantity equals item quantity. Just make sure that this is an integer, like that. So now we create the order and the order items, and then we can redirect you back to the My Account page. So return render request. Sorry, that's not correct. Return redirect back to My Account. Just want to make sure that this page exists. So let's go to the core and into URLs. My Account, sorry, it was without the underscore, like that. Also need to import the redirect function together with render. And then if it's not a post request, then I just want to redirect it back to the cart. So return redirect cart, like that. So then I need to create a new URLs file for this, urls.py. From Django.urls import path. From .views import start order. URL patterns equals, create a new list, path, start order, and name start order. Then the last step here is to import this to the main urls.py. So path, each URL that starts with order / can go into this, include order.urls, and save. So then we just need to do one more thing before we can test this, and that is to go to checkout.html and set the URL for the form here. So we don't have a form yet, so let's add it now. Form method is post. Action is action, sorry. This is URL start order, close, and then we need to add the CSRF token, like that. So if we move all of this now into this div, now into the form, we can test this out. So let's go back, refresh. There is an error. Cannot import cart from cart. So let's try to change this to cart.cart import cart. Now the error is gone. Refresh. CSRF token. Okay, I forgot to do something in the template. CSRF token. Refresh, and now it's gone. So address 1234 city, then a simple phone number, like that. So if I click this, probably because I need to move this out even more. So let's just do this and this and wrap it around all of this. So now I can move this and this in and close the form. So now the success button or confirm button is inside the form, but we also need to replace this with the button and not the anchor tag. Like that. And also this tag button. if I save now, go back one more time, it's moved down there. Okay, I will come back to that because it's not supposed to look like this. Confirm checkout, not null. Order first name should not be null. So why didn't that come from the form? I think I know why. Because the inputs here doesn't have names. So let's fix that. Input name first name, and name is last name, name is address, name is zip code, name is place, name is email, and name is phone. So one more shot. If I go back again, refresh, then I fill it out again, confirm, and then I was redirected back to my account. So that means that everything there was working. So I can go to the to-do list now and set this to done. And I can also set this task to done because we have now created the view and URL for the checkout. And then the last step here now is to create the, to list the orders in my account, because now this is hard coded and I want to show the correct information. So go back here and into the my account page. I can actually just wrap here with this one for order in request.user.orders.all. So then this will automatically get all of the orders for the authenticated user. And for, and then this should hopefully still work. Yes, because we have one order. I can replace the date with order.created at. Yes, so now you see that we get real information here. And then in here I want to loop through each of the products or items like that. So here we can say for item in order.items.all. So we get also this from the database. Close the end for. Now we can show the quantity here. Item.quantity. And then the product name, item.product.name, save, like that. So now I had the bed, the quantity, and the order ID is probably not correct. So say order.id. Great. You can also replace and show the template, no, the thumbnail, item.product.get thumbnail, and save. So refresh, and now it starts to look great. I think I have to come back to the total price and also this, but that's a different part, because now if I go to the to-do list, everything here is done. I hope you like this Django and Python tutorial. If you want to learn even more Htmx, try to check out one of my other tutorials. In the next part of this series, we are going to continue with the checkout and implement Stripe. So see you in the next video.